Today we're going to look at how to replace one of these little garage door sensors with a mirror in order to not only not squish kids, but also to not scratch your bumper. Let's get into it. First, we're going to clean the disgusting cobwebs from off the sensor so that it's not gross. Now, garage door openers have these two sensors connected by these little wires right down here. This one points across to another one on the opposite side, and when the beam is broken, then the garage door will not open. That way, if you try to close the garage door when there's a child or some other small thing in the way, it won't close. However, if your car bumper is sticking out over these eyes, it's not going to detect them, and it'll still close on your car. That thing was going to scratch my bumper. Now, of course, you could use a tennis ball on a string, and when it bumps your windshield, then you know you're in far enough. Or you can also get one of these lasers, and when it shines down on your dashboard at a certain spot, then you know that you're in far enough. Now, you're still going to need those things so that you know when you're in far enough. But even with those things, once in a while, somebody can not quite be in far enough or kind of forget to watch that, and you can still end up with scratched bumpers. We have lasers for both of our garage door openers, and we still have a couple of scratched bumpers in our history. So what we want to do is see if we can avoid that. What we'd like to do is have this beam shoot the light over here, and instead of hitting the sensor, it'll hit a mirror, and then it'll go up past this bumper and up to a higher spot so that the garage door will not close if there's a child at the bottom or the bumper is sticking out. We got this mirror from Amazon. It's like this, and it folds out. This will let me put it at whatever angle I need to as I experiment, and then I can lock it in place. So I'm gonna need to take this eye and unstaple it from the wall all the way up and around, where it connects into the garage door opener. And then I'll run it over to this side and put it over here. And the height that I'm gonna put at is twice the height of the bumper minus whatever height this is already at. And that will make it so that the beam can go off the opposite side at child height, across the center of the bumper, and come over here. I need some of these to grab it, and then one of these so I can get in there and pry it off. Okay, now we'll pull this off of here. Throw it up over here. We'll measure halfway up the bumper. It's about 19 inches. The beam is about 3 inches off the ground. Okay, we're gonna send a light beam out of this sensor across here to watch for kids, hit a mirror, go up here to watch for a bumper. It's gonna go through the center of the bumper, and then come up and hit this other sensor, which is looking right at this other mirror. And the height here is 19 inches for the bumper, 3 inches for this sensor. So from here, we can go up twice the height of the bumper, which is 38 inches, minus 3 is 35 inches. So we need to put the second sensor at a height of 35 inches off the floor. 35 inches off the floor, right up here. Now this doesn't actually angle far enough to point right down there, so we're just going to bend it a little bit. Next we need this mirror to be about 3 inches off the ground, about where the eye is supposed to hit. I'm going to put it a little bit behind here so it doesn't get hit by people walking through. Got a block of wood here that's about 2.5 inches tall, and that'll be perfect because then the mirror will be just a little bit above that to be 3 inches. We need the angle to be right in between those two. Set it about like that. One way to test this, set a board over here, and we'll get up here. You see where I point a flashlight. I have a flashlight with a focus beam. And if I put that right here, under that light, you can see where it's hitting over here. Okay. If I shine this light right over at that mirror, you should be able to see where it's hitting. It's hitting way up there instead of way down here. So, it needs to be much more shallow. It's hitting right about here. It needs to be a little bit lower still. This works better with 2 people. So if you have anything resembling a family member or friend, you can get them to help you out. Okay, that's hitting right on. Let's give it a whirl. Nope. So most likely reason is that this is not actually pointing the right way. It's also really important that the mirror not point outward. It has to be pointing straight along the door. I set a board along here so I can see where the mirror is hitting. I turn on this flashlight and put it right against the beam here until it hits the mirror over there. When that happens, the light is hitting right here, so it's squared right on that thing. The other way I can tell this is set up right is that this little green light goes on when the beam is connected and it goes off when I block it. So if I block it there, it's connected. If I block it here, it's off. If I block it here, it's off. So if there's a baby somewhere in the middle here, it's gonna get blocked. If I've got a bumper sitting right about here, then it's also gonna block it. So, given that the green light is on there and the yellow light is on there, if I push this button, it ought to open. Sweet. Now I just need to hang these up and find a way to stabilize that mirror so that it never moves. Now the obvious choice for stabilizing anything is duct tape. Now we're going to try to stabilize this so it doesn't move. It's really easy to nudge this. It needs to be in a little bit. Green, black, green, black, green. So that's the perfect angle there. So we will duct tape this block to the floor so it doesn't move. I'm doing the angle last. Still green, that's good. Okay. I'm no longer green, so I did something. That's a good angle for the block. The mirror, if I go all down, it's off. If I go forward, it's off. Right there is the one spot where it's good. Still green. Here. Now it would be way cooler if somebody created a clip that could go here that holds on that mirror with an adjustment on it. Hopefully one that's not glass so it doesn't break so easy and so it's not sharp. In fact, I'm gonna put just a little thin piece of duct tape all along the edge of this just so that nobody cuts themselves on it. And we'll put a little tape on the front too. Okay, there's the final product. What a thing of beauty. Now we're gonna hang the wire up with these little things. I'll just use my pliers so I don't bang my fingers and just whack them in. All right, now to give it the bumper test. The car is almost all the way in, but the bumper is actually still gonna get hit by the garage door if it comes down. Let's see if it'll work. Excellent. Now that I'm all the way in, and if the car's all the way in, but there's a kid in the way, we're still good. Thanks for watching.